Thank you, friends, folks, everybody here that was watching. I'm Ed Mariziak. I'm the man in the chair over here at East Toronto Living. And in today's video, we're going to change it up again. We're going to spice things up a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to actually go on a house tour. Yes, right in my area here, right in the area of Leslieville, right in the immediate area where I live, where I work, where I sell, and I walk my family. And I don't have a pet, but anyway, if you want to hear more about this amazing area where there's a lot of properties are for sale here, stay tuned. So hey, before we continue, if you can all do me a really big favor, can you like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment? It'd mean the world to me, and it really helps the channel grow, engages the algorithm, so that the channel continues to get to the people that actually want to see this content. So that's really great when you do that. I'd be very grateful. Also, now I feature a lot of property all over, mainly in this area in Leslieville, but in the surrounding areas, all over basically. But if you have any questions about any of these properties that we're featuring, or you want to get out and start looking at some other stuff, here's my contact information. Call me, text me, email me, send me a carrier pigeon, message me on social. Whatever your preferred method of communication. Let's get out and let's look at some property. Let's go for coffee. I just met another lady looking to do something, and then more to do. More information about that home coming up, because yours truly is going to be listing it. So thanks so much, everyone. I'm very grateful. Let's dive right in, shall we? Okay, so like I say, it's going to be a little bit different format here. We're gonna go out to we're gonna get to a couple properties here, and the first one here is the first property. I'm bringing an image up here, and and we featured this last year, and it's back on the market. It didn't sell. Now it's 58 Myrtle, and we've already featured this property, but they took it off the market, and it's back on the market. I have full permission to market this property, and so it's 58 Myrtle. So that's very close to where I live here, and Myrtle is an awesome street. This is a fully detached, and it's renovated. They've done a lot of nice work to this place. Now they've dropped the price drastically here, because obviously they want to get multiple offers. So the asking price is now $999, and obviously it's gonna go for more than that. Now, they've had it listed for now you got to remember, too, they had it listed in probably some of the worst market we've had in years, but they've had it up at 1.5. They've had it up at around 1.3 and change. So they were kind of all over with the price there, unfortunately. So that really kind of slowed the sale of it. But I think this time it's going to go. How much more? How much is a question, but is the question. The only thing about this property is it says here 3-bedroom. I've actually, like I said, I've been in this property. It's technically a 2+1. And why they call it a 2+1 is because there's two bedrooms on the top floor, and they have one in the basement, which is fine, whatever, semantics, tomato. But I think that's the one of the drawbacks of this property. One thing I was really amazed by this place is the backyard had lots of huge parking. The parking alone was massive. So definitely we want to check this place out. And the other drawback too is, and I talk about this a lot because it backs against the CN rail. Now that could be a problem for some people. For me, I live in the area. I live just a little further back, and I don't notice it. I don't notice the trains going by. They're not that frequent, really. They come by maybe every hour. Honestly, I don't notice it. I've lived there. It's never been a problem. I mean, and it stops at midnight. It completely stops at midnight. There might be the odd freight train at 3 in the morning that might come through. So rare. Are you going to know? You're going to be sound asleep. You're not going to be woken up by that, unless you're a really, really light sleeper. But then you've got other problems if you're that light a sleeper. So those are the only really two things that are, I wouldn't say red flags, but they're the cons, and they're minor by comparison. It's a beautiful house, and let's we can always check that place out if you're interested. So okay, let's continue the tour. You know what? Let's be a little risque here. There's a new listing. There's a new listing on the same street, just down the street here. And I'm just going to make a little note here because, okay, 50. Okay, so the other one is, the other property we're going to tour is 17 Myrtle. Now, 17 Myrtle is something special. It's really something special. It's a completely new build. And, they have a total of 6 bedrooms, but there's a laneway property in the back, and it is really nice. This is all brand spanking new, just been done, beautifully done. They spared no expense. I bet you they dropped well over $1 million. No, they probably spent more. They probably spent well over $1 million on this property to make this what it is now, and it is just something special here. I'm going to show a couple of images here. And you can look at it, but this is something else. The price, the price. They're asking $3.19 million. Ouchie. Yeah, 3.19. Interestingly enough, no, the taxes are only $4,400. Oh, but that's 2004. Okay, but those are old. Those are going to go up. I can promise you that for a big rent for a renovation of that magnitude. You can bet those those taxes are going to be more. Okay, so we're going to continue the tour here because there's more. We're going to venture over down by Ivy. Ivy is not far. Now, if you drive, now you got to remember Myrtle is a one-way street. Now you're driving east on Myrtle, then you hang a quick left, and then you hang a quick right. That's Ivy. Now there's lots of real estate here for sale. Now you might recall this property about a month or so ago. I shot a video, and it is 7 Ivy. 7 Ivy is another new reno. They spent a lot of money, and it's quite spectacular. I'm going to put a couple images here. We did a video on this, like I say, a month ago. It's still on the market, guys and gals, folks, children of all ages, and check it out. Now they've changed the price. They've changed the price to $2.385 million, and the property taxes are sitting at $4,300. Now again, taxes are in are 2024. I'll bet you they will have gone up as well. They haven't been assessed, but you can expect the taxes to be more than that. But again, another nice build. 2.3 mil. I don't know. Well, I know full well. I'll be frank with you all. It's not going to get 2.35 mil. Absolutely not. I'd be. I'm going to wear a chicken suit if it even gets close to that. next on the next video when we find out. Okay, mark my words. I'll find a chicken suit, and I'm going to do the whole video in a chicken suit. Like a mascot type thing. Seriously, I seriously doubt they're going to get this price. Again, it's a beautiful property, and honestly, I want them to get that. I want them to get that because I want the way the agents worked really hard to market this place, and it's been sitting for a long time, and I have a vested interest because I live in the area. When I go and put my house up for sale, I can maybe ask $2.3 million for my place. Well, not 2.3, but more close to that. Gosh, I hope they get it. I really do. I really hope they get that price. So anyhow, we toured it. It was a beautiful property. A lot of pluses. I was only just concerned about one little thing there, and that's just when you on the stairway going down into the basement, it was very narrow. I don't think that was to code, and there was a handrail, or there was lack thereof. There was no handrail, so I was a little concerned about that. Didn't like that, but that's not a big deal. But still, if you're going to pay $2.3 million, get a handrail in there. And by the way, yeah. Speaking of code violations and so forth, a subscriber actually suggested that I do a segment on code violations. I'm going to bring an inspector in the studio, and we're gonna talk about stuff going on and what to look for, what not. So that's going to be something in the future. That's going to be very very informative, and I hope you like that because I think that's a good idea. I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt to try these things, especially if they're if it's useful information. Leave in the comments if you think that would be a good topic. All right, what else we got here? We've got other properties here. We've got now another one on Ivy there that just not just it went up for sale 3 weeks, 17 days ago, and it's basically across the road from 7. And that's 22 Ivy. And now their price is a little more modest, but again, I think it's a stretch. Personally, they're asking almost 1.5, 1.4999. So just basically $100 less than 1.5. And it's a nice old detached. It's got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's nice inside. It's nice. It's a nice property. And how come it's not selling? Well, I know why. It's too expensive. That's why. I think they overpriced it. I get it. You want the most money, and we talk about this all the time. Pricing real estate. It's doing that whole let's price it high, leave room for negotiations. That's the old-fashioned old way of doing things. If you want to get top dollar for your home, really in Toronto, it's still. The best number one strategy is pricing it low, holding back offers for a week, and getting that bidding war going. And then you're going to see the real true value of the property because when you price it low, for one thing, when people are shopping for houses, in this price point, they're smart people. They're not dumb. They're not. They do their research. They hire professionals that know the area and. They're gonna know what property is worth. They're gonna spend all their days, all their time, all their free time researching the area, and they're gonna have a professional that really knows the area and that knows how to negotiate. And you know what these things are gonna go for. They're gonna know what to price, so what to put down for a price on a property. Okay, but let's move on here because we've got a lot. There's a lot of properties around here. Well, here's an interesting one on the same street, just a little further down and across from 7 Ivy is 10 Ivy. That's been on the market for a while. It's an investment property. It's their current asking price is $2.7 million basically. They've had it up at 3.2 million. They've had it up at 2.9, and it's the question is it cash flowing? For millions of dollars for this property is an investor's coming along and saying, hey, Can we cash flow this property? Is it making money? I'm thinking it probably isn't. Let's if we did the math, $1,500 a month per unit, let's say times 7. There's 7 units, by the way. And if you do the math, it's what is that? That's about 13,000. Let's say 12,000 a month. I don't think that's cash flowing. I think you're gonna have about an $10,000 more a month mortgage. You're gonna have fees. You have huge property taxes. You're gonna have maintenance. You're gonna have insurance. It's not gonna the rent's not gonna cover the expenses. So for a lot of investors are probably passing on this property. But you never know. If you want to get into the Toronto, rental market and want something in Toronto, because Toronto's done really well in real estate for so many years. It goes up well. Sometimes as much as 18% in a year. You can make your money back in 1 year and flip it. But this is not a flipping property. You want to sit on this one, and obviously the more money you have to put against it. If you got $1 million in the bank, and you have you're basically putting in 30-40% down, then it's going to cash flow. Anyway, that's a little lesson in investment property. Let's move on. More stuff to look at here. Why don't we go all the way down to 32 Endine. Yeah, let's go all the way down to 32 Endine here. I shot a video about this property, and I don't mind. And I want to talk about it again because they lowered the price. The price has been lowered to 1.98, and the taxes are 2025. So the taxes are $5,221. Now this property is amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here's an image, and so we did the tour. If you want to see a more detailed, I did a video about this 3-4 weeks ago. So you want to see a really good in-depth video, check this property out, 32 Endine, and go back and look at my past videos. You'll see it. It's stunning. They sunk a ton of money. I would say they probably sunk $600,000 or $700,000 into this property. So they spent a lot. They spent a fortune on this property. They bought it. They bought it for a good price. I think they picked it up for 1.1, but they spent a lot of money. So they got to get their money back and then some. That's the whole point, eh? But they spared no expense. That asking price is a good price. I think now they're starting to be in the market, and I hope they sell it, and we can have some sold. So I think that's about where they're. I think they're in my opinion, that's in the market now. It was a little high before, but now I think they're more in reality. They're no longer in fantasy land. But I wish him the best on that. We had a great tour, and it's a beautiful home. Anybody that buys this can be very happy. Again, there was a couple little code violations. There is always a code violation. So we can't get around that in the city of Toronto. There's always something wrong with some house. Wow. Okay, we're actually getting on in time here. So I'm. I wanted to do some more houses. There's tons, but a lot of new stuff coming out. I'm very excited, but I don't want this to be too long of a video here. So let's call it a day for now, and I'll keep you posted on a lot of the stuff that I've got coming out. Definitely, don't forget if this is valuable to you, if you're finding value in my videos, and you want me to continue to do this, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. It means the world to me. It really helps out the algorithm, encourages me to do more of these. And I'm meeting a lot of you folks right now, and I'm really grateful because this is starting to turn into a a really good year for me. And I'm very grateful. I mean, it started out a bit slow. I'm not going to lie to you. This has been a slow market, so I'm very grateful. And if you have got any questions about any of these properties or any of the ones we've been featuring, or any of them in this area, or hey, anything at all, remember I can refer you to people that are outside this area too. I've shot videos with friends of mine that cover other areas, and I've got a big network, so. You can always text me. You can call me. You could send me a carrier pigeon. You could send me an email. Somebody said they would send smoke signals. In fact, well, they were joking, obviously. But yeah, that was one of the comments I got from a viewer. Okay, so hey, thanks so much again, everyone, and hey, don't forget we're only down to once a week now, so. But I'm trying to keep quality versus quantity. I'm getting busy, and thank you very much, and we'll see you next week, and you have yourself a great week.